Hello YouTubers, welcome to the third part of how to avoid cube rotations. This is going to be talking about how to manipulate the orientation of the edge for the back two slots. So for the first video I did it for the front two slots, just using sledgehammers and hedge slammers. And in this one I'm going to use something very similar, except it's going to be it's a very different finger trick, but it has the same method and has virtually the same effects. And I actually prefer doing this one, especially because it can be a little bit quicker. Although I've gotten very quick with my sledgehammers, so they're probably about the same speed. And again, take this as an example of how to orient this edge and how to orient it. Not necessarily for this case, because this case isn't necessarily what I would do for this. But this is just the concept I want you to understand first. These videos are going to build off of one another. So, as you can see here, we have this white, green, and red corner and the green and red edge. And you could probably tell very quickly if you were paying attention to my first video that that edge is not oriented. It is on the front and the back area. It does not line up on the left or the right. It must be unoriented, which means that this corner and this edge are going to take either 3 gens of movement or a cube rotation to solve. So since I am not going to do 3 gens of movement or a cube rotation here, or since I want to avoid doing 3 gens of movement if possible, or not specifically if I want to avoid doing cube rotations, I should choose the 3 gens of movement. Now, those 3 gens of movement could be done as I did with the sledgehammer, which is a very quick move, and therefore not really much loss in doing that 3 gen, or it could be using a different move, and this is one I use for the back 2 slots. It's basically a little trick that's a derivative of an insert that I do in my F2L videos. If you watch the first video on my insert, you'll see me doing this, but it's a slight derivative of that. So what I'm going to do here is I take the edge, I can line it up here or here. If it's here, I'll use the inverse of the current angle I'm about to use. And I always make sure I start from the side that is open. So this is where this edge belongs here. So I'm going to start from this one. There's a right-handed and a left-handed one, and just pay attention. Okay, it's just a mirror of one another. So here we go. R prime, U, R, U prime. R prime, U prime, R. There we go. Go back. R prime, U, R, U prime in the middle, R prime, U prime, R. And that flips that edge. It takes the edge that was there and flips it and puts it here. So very useful, especially for this case, because I just did that, and now I can just R, U, R2, U2, R. Never needed a cube rotate there. I'll give one more example. Again, starting from here, back right. Use the same fingers as I do if you want to make it as fluid as possible. And there we go. That alters the orientation there. And then if we had the exact same thing from the back left here, we would just use the exact same trick, using just the left-hand side in this case. One second, let me set this up. So here, we see here now that it belongs in the back left slot. So what we're going to do, and put it right here, and we're going to start in the same way we do with the R's, but in this case we're going to do it with L's. So L, U prime, L prime, U, L, U, L prime. And that quickly alters the orientation of the edge as well. So it's just a mirror of the other one, and that keeps it on top. And yeah, so that's going to be that, and I'm going to go over one more situation with you guys on how to alter the edge orientation. Alright, thank you. Please rate, comment, subscribe.